Welcome to these lessons of OpenSCAD, where we are going to show you how to create basic parts and components you need for Fab Academy. So we open a new file. What you see when you open first time OpenSCAD, you will see a code window, and here you will have a viewport. So let's start with the basic shape. It's a cube. We type cube, open brackets, and inside these brackets we open square brackets, and we are going to type the size of this cube. It's going to be 20, 20, 20, and we end up with a semicolon. You can see nothing is shown here in the viewport unless you press preview or F5. When you press it, here you have it. It's gonna zoom it. So you have this part, and you see each one of these ticks is 10, so it's 20. And 10 what? 10 millimeters. That brings me to the units. The first thing you should do when you open your file in OpenSCAD is tell the person who is going to open the file what are the units. In OpenSCAD, units are always millimeters. And now you have start putting commands here in OpenSCAD. Some other comments that you can put are your name. Maybe you want your email, but this is it's gonna be a public file, so maybe you don't want to. You put that this is for Fab Academy 2017. Which assignment is it? The more information you put, the better for the person who finds this file. More information he will have. Then you also should put the date. It's not only for them, it's also for you, for later to remember. And also the license. You will learn in Fab Academy there are many types of license and you have to choose one for your file. Well, this is the hello world, a cube, but it's not only for making cubes, this cube command, but you can also make other shapes that are also square. And there is another comma, another parameter in the cube, which is center. So if you type center equals true, what this thing is doing when you update is going to put the cube in the center of the origin. So we'll have it like this. So you can set it to true or false. If you don't say anything, it's gonna be false. And then another thing you can do, this is basic, is translating things, moving things around. So for moving things around, you need to translate. You open brackets, you open square brackets, and you put the coordinates of how are you going to move this thing. So say I want to move, you see this X here, I want to move it in the other direction 10 units. So I move it in the X minus 10, in the Y, let's leave it 0, and in the Z, let's move it 10 upwards. And I close the square brackets, and I close the brackets. And everything that is inside this indent is going to be translated. So I press F5, and it has been updated, as you can see here. And this is lesson 1 about the hello world, about OpenSCAD. And now you may want to export this to STL maybe, but you see I press here, nothing happens because you first need to render. You render the shape and then you can export it to STL at the desktop. I'm gonna call it lesson 1. Maybe you want to 3D print this, so you have use your STL here. You can open it in Cura or other file, so you can 3D print this, and it's gonna be in millimeters, as I told you. Then what happens is we don't want in Fab Academy this STL. We want the original file format, and for that you need to save in scad, the original file format. I call it lesson 1 and saving in the desktop. And this is the editable file format that we want in Fab Academy, because if you give it this to me and I open this, I can edit the parameters. I can put it like 30 here and update, and I see how you have made this. So this is the file you have to share for Fab Academy. So now you do this exercise yourself or while you are watching, so you get the skills we are showing you.